Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign. Today we're back in Myth of Empires for showcasing the build so far of the city that we're building for the RP event for this August. There will be some storytelling videos that will be coming out for this content over the next couple of weeks. We're just, at the moment, we have 2 weeks to build the city, as I said in the previous episode, and so far we've got a little bit done. Like I had to rebuild the palace like 6 or 7 times because if any of you have been following me for a while, you know how indecisive I am. And there still will likely be some changes, and because I don't have fly or anything, because this is like a server run by Angela Games, they don't give me admin, so I can't fly. So I had to build a tower to give a little bit of a look of what it looks like from above. But we do have our crafting area over there, the marketplace. We've got our boundary marker in the middle here. I've started to build our military barracks section over there, but we'll look at this bit first. We'll look at the main attraction. There is a couple of wall pieces missing. You can blame Lady Genna for that. She had to do some recording of me actually building the base, and she couldn't get up on the roof because of the overhanging the eaves and stuff like that. But we got a wall going around the edge here, and I couldn't figure out a way to get like rid of this bit. I tried doing ceilings and walls, but the walls don't go into the floor, so there's just like there's a couple of little bits that are a little bit annoying to me. But we have the roof going around, and we got it tiered into the main gate that is the main protective part. I am going to make a few changes. I'm going to open up the top half of the 2 half walls that I've got up there and have it as an arrow section. And on the inside, you'll see in a second where I haven't quite finished it yet. But I'm going to be building so they can have a way to walk up and fire arrows out above the doors. And that sort of section in there. We did pick this area because of the pink flowers and the pink trees, and it's actually a really beautiful area. There is a massive waterfall over there coming from the top of the mountain. It's a really nice area. But yeah, this is what we got on the inside of the wall so far. We got just this open area as a walkway at the moment. I've got it so it can be kind of squared off, because in the dynasty eras everything was squared off. It was kind of like how the Americans have grid systems. Not like how London is, where everything's a mishmash of circles and wiggly lines and stuff when it comes to the roads. The Chinese back in those days, well, they still kind of are. They're just grid sections. Everything's done in grid sections. We do have the main part here that goes up, and this is our main palace. It goes all the way around, and we did do a couple of bits to make it look a little bit better on the corners with some pillars and stuff there. We do have a door that's going to come out here that I'm going to make a pathway down to this area over here to build our dock, like the dock for the emperor, which is myself, the county magistrate, to escape if we are sieged. We got the massive volcano over off in there in the distance for the lightning strikes. It is really nice, and you can see all of this stuff over here. We will go up so you can see from above. I haven't done much of the interior yet. It's kind of like going to be the last part once I get everything else sort of built up. We've got a little map section, but we have this main section. I wanted to have this area kind of like what they have in, like, one of my favorite anime is Kingdom, which is a Chinese anime. Well, it's a Japanese anime based on China, and it's the war generals, the kids that are growing up to want to become the world's best generals, and it's kind of the life following Shin. It's actually really good, and one of the main sections of it is the people would all kneel down in a section up to the emperor or the county magistrate or whatever it is that's got sitting up here. We will put a dragon chair on here for me to be sitting on, and when we do the storytelling episodes, we will have all of this area filled with people, probably NPCs, because there aren't that many people on here. These stairs, etc., are not in their places the way they're going to be, but I did want to have a kind of viewing section for people up above to look down, so we can have different angles on things when we're doing the RP events and stuff like that. We will go up to these top areas. We did have some extra roof bits like these parts here, because I couldn't do the eaves over the top of the doors because you have to put half a wall on top to put the eaves on there. But we do have these bits over here. Bordy's been absolutely smashing out the grinding, so like as he does, as anyone knows who plays with Bordy, all those guys that have been playing it for vampires with me before, that guy's an absolute animal when it comes to grinding out stuff, all the loot and stuff like that. It's really good. He's really good at doing that and getting all the crafting done. He even actually complained about my crafting area because I wanted it to look more like it was a RP thing than he's used to with his PvP, just grabbing everything and like having everything in a very strategic way. So we are at the top of the building here. There is the roof section up there. I can't get up to it right now. I wish I could show you, and it's gonna be used in some of the Angela Games videos. They're gonna be looking down from up above, but we're gonna be having eventually the entire city coming out from this palace, and it's gonna be going off in that direction. We're gonna have the king's stables over that side over there, with another tower looking out onto the water. We got a tower looking over into the main road over that side. I might make that tower a little bit bigger. It might be a little bit small, but I didn't want it to kind of be much bigger than this palace. I wanted the palace to be like over the big part of what this build is going to be. So yeah, that's basically what we have for the palace so far. I'm going to do a massive bedroom up here for the county magistrate. We will have the trophy room slash treasure room here, and we'll have something else going in along these areas. We're going to make it look more lived in, use the decorations that are available in the game to make it look a lot better. We're going to have lighting in here with torches on the walls, some flags popping up here and stuff like that, and some of the lanterns that are in the game. We do have some boxes here that won't stay there. They're just for being used for the build at the moment. I got my scraggly ass crackhead looking horse here. I mean, seriously. Like, what were they doing when they designed these horses? Like, he's so ashamed that he's sticking his head through a wall. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Absolute crackhead. So let's go outside and have a look at the barracks section that we're going to be having. So what I'm going to have on this section over here, I'm going to have some fences going along and put some doors here to have access to the barrack area, where we're going to have the training grounds on these sections here. So we're going to have the NPCs up here training to fight and using the mannequins and stuff to fight with. And in this back section, we kind of have a little prison segment where we're going to be using these to make NPCs our friends, not burn their toes or anything like that, because why would we do something like that? I mean, this is kind of gruesome, but we do have this little area in here which we're going to have as the barracks. We'll have some beds in here, and we'll have some little chests on the end of the beds to make it look really nice, and some stuff on the walls, etc. This area I've only just started. I started it about, I don't know, 2 hours ago, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this area. We do have the tower, and the tower will be able to get up there. I haven't put stairs in there yet, but we're just gonna have the stairs to go up spiral up to the top, because there's not that much space inside of the tower. But we did put eaves to kind of break up the squared look on all the corners over here. So let's have a look at the crafting area slash market slash place where our denizens of our city will be doing their crafts, etc. We do have some space still in here. We did put the marketplace down to kind of give it a centralized look from there. We will be building something up on this marketplace to make it look a lot more like large, because it's only looking a little bit small now. We might put a couple of them in a line to make it a centralized marketplace. But here we have the open air crafting area, which I kind of just put together. I was going to fill it all in and have it a little bit higher, but I decided to have an open air structure like you'd have in any of those markets from, like, you know, the old school markets you had back in the 80s and 90s, where people used to go and sell their goods. Like we had Wembley Market and Hayes International Market around where I am, where they had these big areas with open spaces and everyone had their stands up. But we have all of our like high tier end game crafting stations that we have. We have the armory and tannery and the weapons crafting. We have the blast furnaces. We have our standard building section over here, and there will be NPCs all running around here eventually, so it's going to look more lived in. But I did really like having this open space. Let me know down below what you think about this, if they should fill that in, or if you like the way this is, the more old school market type feel. And we do have an area out here that I'm not sure what I'm going to use for yet, but I did think it just maybe a viewing platform. This would be like, maybe we'll put some tables and chairs out here, because there is the food cooking over there. So maybe we can have this as kind of a restaurant in the city, have like some of the lanterns coming across here, maybe try and put a sign there, and you just have a really beautiful view of the giant mountain with the waterfalls over there. I think it looks really, really nice. That's kind of the idea just came into my head just then, so I'm gonna actually write that down, because I think I'm going to want to use that. Over on this side, I did have my camera tower up there to try and take photos, because I don't have the fly mode, as I said earlier, so that kind of is a bit of an eyesore, and it's kind of in the way over there. On this side over here, I'm going to do another large watchtower on this side, and then we'll have the horse barracks and the war beast places over here, so we can have our mounts. And I'm going to have one that's going to be over in that section as well, so it can be an escape route for myself if I decide that our guys aren't going to survive the war or something. I'm just going to do a run. I get in a boat and piss off down the waterfall, just get croaked anyway, but that is what it is. We have the marketplace there, and we have the crafting station. Now in this area, what we're going to have is some housing. We're going to do the housing in this part because we have the main bits that we need. From this point onwards is kind of the center market district. Then you've got the palace area at the back for tourism and all that stuff. Up on here, we're going to have, so Baldy, Lady, and Fawn are going to have their lord houses on these plateaus. So we'll have, someone will build a house on this plateau here, just slightly above the rest of the denizens, and there's a couple of other places where they'll be able to build their houses on this sides over here. And on the far end, we're just going to have over on this side, all of the section is going to be loads of different houses. We might use some of the guild buildings, but I think there's a limit on those ones because they're pretty much ready-made houses that we can just do in rows along here. So we might just still have to build some of the houses up. We can have another sort of lord manor over here. But this section over here, because we have the main road that goes across to there, we're going to build a very grand bridge from this part. I'm going to build a bridge from this part over to the land over there. And it's just going to come and cut across so we can get onto this island easily. And when people come across, they'll come across the bridge. It's going to have guard towers, etc. So it will be able to be guarded from under siege. I am not going to build walls all the way around like it's a PvP map because I think it's going to look really terrible, to be honest. Most of these trees will be gone, but we will have a garden section in the middle here. So I have a section that are for viewing platforms to see the blossoms and stuff like that, because there are trees all the way around. But these places need to have some houses built in here. But that's what we have so far on this city build. That's what we've been doing so far. Baldy's been doing his madness. Genna's been doing her video recording, etc., and helping out with the design to see what it looks like from above, and me just designing and building everything. It's going really well. I'm really enjoying it, actually, because everyone knows how much I love the building parts of games, and I really am enjoying the difference in feel from Soulmask. The building systems are very similar, but it's nice every now and then to do something thematically different. So we're gonna have the Chinese Empire on this one of the dynasties, and then like in other games I like to build on an RP front. Like there's a blossom tree sticking over the top there. That thing looks really nice. I didn't want to cut that down, but these guys will respawn soon. Luckily that they don't, once you do get rid of them, only the ones that are underneath the foundations won't respawn. So yeah, that's everything that we have for today, and that's the update on the city build. And I'm hopefully going to be getting some videos out next week on the RP side of things, some storytelling stuff going on. We do have some really good ideas. Baldy came out with some really good ideas for doing things like having a war council and attacking one of the cities with all of the different content creators and just running through, clearing it out, and sort of quelling the rebellion type thing like that. We're going to do sort of stuff like that, and I hope that will be something that interests you. I want to thank you all for watching. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already for all your survival gaming goodness. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look out.